We're at the Folktale Winery here in Monterey talking to Ralph Gilles, head of design for Stellantis. And Ralph, I think the first thing I want to ask you is, how has your life changed within your professional world over the last 12 months? It's a whole new company that you now work for with a lot more global reach. What's it like for you in your role?
Well, number one, it doesn't phase us. It's actually a welcome change. You know, we keep growing as a company. You know, we merged with Fiat back in 2010.
So you've been through this before?
Yeah. And you know, honestly, even with my own people, we talked about it, everyone was like, oh, this is actually cool.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I get to dust off my French. So I grew up in Quebec. I speak pretty okay French, and I understand it fully, so it's been actually good. It's been an asset. I've already visited the studios in Europe. Okay. We get along famously. And we're two companies that are doing well today.
Yes.
Went through some rough patches, and so we both have that respect, you know, for what's possible with some teamwork.
It's great to hear, because that was my impression. You know, as someone who's been watching the industry, it seemed like these were not two people drowning, grabbing onto each other to try to start. These were two very successful companies, but even more interesting, strengths, but kind of different strengths. You know, strengths that complement each other. So the pairing felt really powerful to me.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I think the future is only brighter now for both brands.
Exactly, and I've used this shtick for years, saying, "Oh, I love being the underdog," but now there's certain segments where we're no longer the underdog, and it's like, "Whoa, what do I say now?"
No, again, the global reach, the resources that you guys have access to now.
And brand-wise, we're very matrix. There's a little overlap here and there, but for the most part, our 14 brands, they're all unique. They're all special. They stand for something. They've got great heritage, great histories, great stories. So it's honestly nothing but upside, in my opinion.
Agreed. Tell me about Grand Wagoneer. We're standing right in front of one.
Labor of love. So talk about a vehicle that our fans, Americans, everybody has a story about a Wagoneer somewhere in their lives. If you've been in this country and you've been on the planet for a while, someone in your life has had one, and you've been in one. Amazing things have happened. So they went out of production in '91, right? But the idea of the car didn't go anywhere. A lot of people are still restoring them, talking about it. So it's been willed on, honestly, by a lot of people, because we've looked at them for. In my career, 29 years at the company, we've looked at other ones before. They never quite made it all the way through, and this one made it through.
Right.
But we thought, hey, we're coming a little late to the party. we're gonna bring a really fine bottle of wine.
Exactly, right.
So we went very premium, very detailed, and we didn't hold back at all. Let's put it that way.
What do you consider either the most unique or compelling component of the Grand Wagoneer?
Wow, it's a fusion. It's actually the mixture, the ability, the off-road capability of the vehicle it's very much a Jeep in that way. It's very capable. It can tow 10,000 pounds. It's got 75 inches of screens in it. It's got an available 1,375 watt sound system. So it's this kind of cocktail of things that are premium, but things that people love about large SUVs, you know, and it's a space, honestly, we've been not part of for a long time, so we had to go back and study it and understand and kind of deconstruct what those customers are doing. So we're able to combine latent needs with expectations, you know what I mean?
That's what makes me excited, Ralph, is that Jeep is one of the most powerful brands, I think, globally. We know that Sergio recognized that. When he wanted to merge Fiat with Chrysler, he knew really the crown jewel in there was Jeep.
Yes.
And I look at what's behind us and I feel like this, you know, hopefully he's watching from somewhere, because if this isn't a validation of his vision of what the power of this brand, I don't know what is.
So fun fact, when he took over the company, we were selling about, a good year for Jeep was 300,000 units. And we tickled 2 million units a few years back. We're right about 1.7, which is unbelievable, right, for a brand. And we honor him, actually. There's an Easter egg in the vehicle that says Level 0, which was our nickname for Sergio. So we kind of honor him in that way. Yes, he was a big part of it, but so was Mr. Manley. A big part about willing, again, the brand is able to go there, so why not go there?
Right, and that's the other thing too, is, you know, this vehicle so clearly competes with high-end, large luxury SUVs, right? Navigators and GLs and Escalades and all those kind of vehicles. And it's not technically a luxury brand, right? And yet this brand doesn't really seem like it can be boxed in. If you create an interior like you've created, all the people who know how cool Jeep is in general, who may be wealthy and normally buy luxury brands, they're going to be all over this.
And that's what I found this week. So here we are at Pebble. There's a reason we're here, right? Yeah. It's an amazing area that brings in people from all over the country. Most of them have some wealth and have they understand bespoke things, right? And when those certain people that I showed the vehicle to, they reacted in a way they were surprised to see that level of premium but then their smile broke out on their faces like, yeah, it fits. I get it. I
right.
get it. I understand what Wagoneer's doing. I understand it belongs there.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, the acceptance was immediate. Like,
Well,
they were
I think-
happy we went that way.
100%, because I think what they're thinking is, I, as a premium luxury buyer, have a reason to finally buy a Jeep. I can now go buy a Jeep, and it's fully justified given what I get when I buy
We
it.
were finding in our, we do very well with the Grand Cherokee, #1 in the segment for years as a two-row.
Yes.
So we were losing a lot of people as their families grow, as they got more wealth in life. They got, they just had to leave the brand. They hated to,
Right.
but they had to leave the brand. So now they don't have to leave the brand. So
Exactly.
and we already see it, and we're also seeing conquest with the Grand Cherokee L. We're seeing people, hey, I have a 3-row Jeep now, and now we have a large Jeep that can tow horse trailers, it can tow boats, it can tow race cars for me.
It's fabulous stuff, Ralph. Well, this is great. I really appreciate your time, and it's always great to get the designer's perspective, because I feel like you guys are always the heart and the soul of these vehicles.
Well, you know what? For me, it's thanking the team, because this was a village effort.
Right.
I mean, the engineering, and I've only driven one recently, and I literally had crocodile tears because it drives so sublimely. So I can't wait for people to figure it out.
It does.
You know?
I love a vehicle where after you've been in it either 10, 20, 30 minutes, and you happen to look back and you're like,
Forget.
how is that much car back there? Because the vehicle just feels so easy to manage and so
Bending
responsive.
physics.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
your time,
All the
Ralph.
best.
Appreciate it.